In this video, we are going to be creating a clustered bar chart in Power BI. That's right, we're going to be creating a clustered bar chart using Power BI. But before we get started, I want to invite you to join my community. All you have to do is scan the QR code, follow the link, put in your email address, and voila, you are a member of the community. What does becoming a member of the community do? It puts you on our email list so that you get our newsletter every week. You get invited to our webinar that's being held every Thursday from 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. In addition to, you get everything else that comes along with being a member of the community. I'm not going to beat that dead horse. I just want to invite you to join our community. So scan the QR code, follow the link, put in your email address, and become a member of our community. If you're so inclined to, give us a like, give us a subscribe, only if you like the video, only if you like Power BI and you like the information we're bringing to you. With that said, let's jump right in and let's start building out this clustered bar chart. Welcome back to another lesson in the Power of the BI. That's right, welcome back to another lesson in the Power of the BI. So we're going to keep moving right along. In the last lesson, we were looking at the stacked column chart. We were looking at the stacked column chart. Now, if you can remember, the stacked column chart is when we're looking at it right here. So here in the stacked column chart, we see that we can evaluate or analyze data for several different categories stacked on top of one another. And over on the clustered column chart, we saw that we were able to analyze data besides each other. In this particular video, we are going to be looking at the clustered bar chart. We're going to be looking at the clustered bar chart. So again, remember, when we use the clustered column, we simply had the data side by side. So you've guessed it. When we look at the clustered bar, the data is going to be side by side. But as you can remember, as we spoke about it in a previous video when we were talking about bars and columns, a bar is horizontal and a column is vertical because the column is holding up the wall and the bar is holding up a glass. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do a Control C and I am going to do a Control V. This is kind of a cheat sheet of what you can do. But, you know, at the end of the day, you already know that you can bring your data in if you come over and you select the actual visual. Here's the clustered bar. Now, this is still a clustered column, so I'm just going to select clustered bar, and everything is going to turn sideways. And as you can see, on our clustered column, the dates were on the x-axis and the values were on the y-axis. Now, when we did the clustered column, the clustered bar, the dates rotated to the x-axis and the values rotated to the x-axis. The dates rotated to the y-axis and the dates rotated to the y-axis and the values rotated to the x-axis. So in essence, the clustered bar is just a clustered column rotated sideways, just depending on how you want to see your data. So one reason why you may use a clustered column and a clustered bar is because when I create reports, I don't like to have the same visual multiple times on the same page. Sometimes I do. Sometimes it's like sometimes you just can't get away from it, where you're just not able to get away from having. I just hit my camera and my chair at the same time. Sometimes camera and my table, but it's all good. Sometimes it serves a better purpose to have both on the same page. But a lot of times I like to have as many visuals as possible. Typically around 5 to 6 visuals on a page. But sometimes you just have to. Sometimes it just makes sense to have the same visual. But if you can get, if you're measuring data and you can get a bar and a column. Go for it, right? So that's one advantage. Power BI is you can do a bar and a column. Now, I accidentally showed you some things over here before when I selected a visual, but again, all of these visuals interact with each other on this page. And we can turn the interactions off, but the interactions are on. So if I select a column in this particular column chart, in this clustered column, it's going to affect the data in the bar chart and in the stacked column chart. If I select data in the stacked column, it is selecting data now, everything in 2004. Now, what if I drill down into month in quarter one? How would that affect? So now we see that it's showing us the data, but it's still showing us the clustered, and it's still showing us the clustered here, but it's highlighting the areas where we were selecting. And I said quarter one, so it's showing me quarter one in every year. Now, if I come and let's say if I drill down into this visual, well, let's drill back up. That's too far down. Let's see what happened if I selected data here. So all of these visuals are interacting with one another, and you can just select. Let's see if we double click, we can scroll. Let's drill back up. Because what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to get back to the original data. But if I can't, if I'm not able to get back to the original data, I just go to another page. Then I click back, and now we're back at the original data. Let's see here. We looked at some formatting in our stacked column. So let's look at formatting in our clustered bar as well. Let's try to make those items the same. So we see that the sum of the line total, they're red, or whatever that color is. So we're going to come back over to the format visual, the visualization pane, down to format visual. We're going to, I've selected the visual, and we are going to go to bars. We're going to go to series, and we know that the line total is a red color, and it has been used before, or a pink color, whatever color that is. And the unit price, back at series, unit price was a yellow color, and actually the unit price was a green color, and our sales last year was a yellow color. So now we've got some consistency going on here. Let's come back over to the clustered column, and let's make changes there as well. Let's go back. We selected the clustered column, and we are going to go to the format pane. We are going to find columns, and again at series, we know that the sum of line total was this pinkish color, and the unit price was this greenish color, and the sales last year, we're still back over at series, sales last year, and it is that yellowish color. So now we're showing consistency here. Now I'm gonna show you a little trick here. I'm gonna show you, not a trick, but one other little thing that we can add to give some effects. We can go to format, we can go to general, we can go to effects, and we go down to shadow, and we turn shadows on, and now we see that we've got a little shadow on this box, on this visual. So let's kind of do the same thing for all of them. let's go back to the stacked column, and we're going to go to general, we're going to go to effects, we're going to go to shadow, and we've got that there. Let's kind of make it about the same size as this visual. So we're just going to line it up. It's got a snap grid. Line it back up. The red dot's going to give us some sense of it being lined up equally. We're going to come back down to the clustered bar. We're going to format. We're going to go to general. We're going to effects. We're going to go down to shadow. We're going to turn shadow on. We're going to move that up to the top. Move that bar up to the top. Let's make sure it's about the same size. So we see it's the same width, and we see it's the same height. I think. Yep. Something happened here. We got that's a border. That's a border. That's not a shadow. So let's go back to format and go to general. We're going to go to effects. And what we turned on was the border. Let's turn the border off. And let's turn shadow on. Okay. So that is the clustered bar chart. That's the clustered bar chart. So again, if you guys have any questions in regards to the clustered bar chart, please go over to the Facebook group. Ask your questions in the Facebook group. Let everybody in the Facebook group know what type of questions you have, what type of comments you have in regards to the clustered bar chart, because you don't know what you could do to help someone else by sharing your questions and sharing your comments and sharing your answers. So once again, thank you for jumping in, and I look forward to seeing you win again in the next video.